Welcome to DuckCast episode 44. I'm Michael, and with me is Zach, and we have a guest today. Say hi, guest.
Hi guys, Hideo Kojima here again, coming to you live, talking to you about Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain.
Hideo Kojima. What's the deal with Hideo? I can't do Jerry Seinfeld. That was the video game donkey video I sent you. Everyone went on stage and started saying they were Hideo Kojima.
Stop thinking about it.
I love that fucking video. I love Video Game Donkey. I had a single Let's Play channel that I genuinely loved until, and it's not a Let's Play channel, it's a gaming channel. I had one gaming channel that I genuinely loved until I saw Video Game Donkey, and now I have two.
Jesus
and now he's
Christ.
cheese.
Wonderful.
I love how
That's a
Discord
beautiful
changes
story.
profile pictures so much faster than Skype. Like, Skype, you always have to wait. And this immediately, like, you want a cheese, I'll give you a cheese.
I love Super
Hey man,
Mega.
that's a pretty
Just
Gouda.
because the men are funny. Like, I like stuff like Oni plays and like Game Grumps fine and Rooster Teeth fine, but like Super Mega, it's just Matt and Ryan are to me two of like, I don't know, I just enjoy listening to him. I actually listen to their podcast, but then Video Game Donkey, he's like,
I've
king
only
with
heard about Video Game
footage.
Donkey, don't know anything about him. I'm guessing he has something to do with video
Donkey's
games.
hilarious.
hilarious stuff. He does like videos on video games, but they're like a lot more. I won't say scripted, but it's like if he does a Let's Play of something, he's only cutting in like the funniest parts, and sometimes they are videos that seem like they're scripted and whatnot. It's like there's a good variety. Sometimes he's actually talking about something in a serious tone. Sometimes he's just making the silliest video.
But as long as they're, like, really funny, though.
I like the only times I ever see a video of his that I don't like, it's just like he has a lot of first-person shooter videos where he's just playing those games, and a lot of the time it's hilarious. There's even times where JonTron or H3H3 are with him for brief parts, or Critical. I think Critical was in one of them, but it's good
Critical's
stuff.
been
But
in
we're
a
not
few,
going
I
to talk
think.
about that too much. Yeah, I at least saw him in one, and it was funny too because it was H3H3 Critical and Video Game Donkey. And people in the chat were saying, okay, yeah, that's like Video Game Donkey was speaking in his regular voice. It's okay, nice Video Game Donkey voice impression. And like people were like saying his voice impression was terrible, but it was actually him. And then at one point, like they started to actually became convinced, like, wait, no, is like Video Game Donkey and Critical really in our group right now? And then like Video Game Donkey and Ethan from H3H3 like started going on and like claiming that they were one or the other. Like Video Game Donkey saying, "Oh yeah, I'm critical here." And then Ethan was like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm Video Game Donkey." Stuff like that.
Wasn't that in JonTron's video, like that clip, too?
Maybe. Which one was JonTron?
You know, when John did that CSGO video with Ethan, I think Donkey might have been in that one, too.
I don't remember Donkey being in it.
I remember a Donkey, I think, being
Walking
in the
in,
thumbnail.
but that was about it.
Video Game Donkey. All right,
I don't know. That's the threesome everyone's been thinking about for the past couple of years. Make it happen.
JonTron feels like so sadly like, and I'm not saying this isn't like something that was intentionally done. After like that stream he did though, he just seemed like completely disconnected from everyone. Like I haven't seen Ethan really mention him recently. I haven't seen Donkey mention him recently. He's just disconnected. He's on his own now.
Ethan left New York.
He's gotten
He's
himself
all
into a
alone
lot of
now.
hot water over some crazy.
New York. You got
Crazy
Filthy
opinion.
Frank. Filthy Frank's off doing his music career.
I'd love it if, like, John ever met, like, Etika. I think that would
Good
be a
old
fun
Filthy
pair.
Frank. Not gonna lie.
What are you talking about? What, JonTron and who?
Etika. EW Network, I don't know.
Epica?
Yeah, another gaming dude. Anyway.
You were saying something before about the whole JonTron thing. What was it, Astan?
Probably about the whole, I don't know, just the whole conspiracy about him being like a racist asshole.
I
But he's
think that's
not.
over and done with.
He's really not.
Yeah,
I personally think he just voiced an opinion.
yeah. I think
And
I heard the part where he started bringing up statistics, and that I think he shouldn't have done. But at the same time, it's like it's the same thing with H3H3. I didn't like agree with some of the stuff that he did during the whole PewDiePie incident, but that doesn't mean like that's like saying within the past couple weeks, like taking the 40 awesome things he did and the one thing I didn't like. I didn't even like have a problem with what he said. I just thought it was stupid when he started blaming the backlash on Keemstar and Scarce. That was the only part I thought was stupid. I thought what he said about PewDiePie was fine. But then he like got drunk and started whining about Scarce and Keemstar. Philip DeFranco did the same thing, but because they're cool with each other and friends, he didn't say anything to him and about him. And like, I thought that was stupid. But again, like, it's the same thing with John. He did something I didn't exactly agree with, and so did Ethan. I don't fucking despise them for that. I still love them just as much as I did before.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, you could disagree with people. I subscribe to some people who I specifically disagree with half of the time and agree with half of the time because they have very interesting opinions. But there's only, when I say there's a bunch, there's only like one, because it's hard to find people where it's actually consistent, like consistent, where it's not consistent, is what I should say. Because I normally agree with like H3, 99% of the time. I'll agree with Ethan.
You just got to be careful with what you say, though, because one slip up, one little thing someone's not going to agree with, there's going to be some type of majority backed up by them that's going to
the good thing, though, and I agree with that, but like the people who got upset with like John Tron and the people who got upset with Felix, well, actually I shouldn't say Felix. It's gonna haunt him a lot longer than it's gonna haunt them. John Tron and then the people who got angry, and the people who got angry at Ethan. Theirs have kind of like blown over by now. Like all the people who were going to get angry and go on rants about it have finished. Felix will be getting shit for a little bit longer, probably, because he's the biggest person on the website still, unless if you count Jake.
It was kind of fucked up, though. I'll be real with you.
Him saying the N-word.
Yeah, but at least he admitted it. All right, it slipped.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
He could have done a lot worse. You're right. Like he could have like not even apologized at all. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Keemstar. I'll defend Keem with one thing. He said it in the past. And he's apologized for it constantly. I wouldn't hold that against him anymore. But he has a track record of doing other shitty things. So it's not like that's the only thing he did.
Right.
YouTube culture.
The good old YouTube culture.
Saying the N-word over live streams, and then people talk about whether it's okay they did that or not.
It's got me thinking, though, about good old YouTube culture from back in the day, because right now we're at that point where YouTube's just kind of become really shitty, you know, with a YouTube algorithm and demonetizing videos that are just perfectly fine, because they've got a stupid bot that's not programmed correctly.
Yeah. And even in some cases, like it's just like it's self-choosing. Like actual people are like choosing what channels should and should not be shown. Like again, that whole iDubbbz thing. Like I love how H3 and I think Philip DeFranco even pointed out, like after I even thought it, like the whole the content cop that iDubbbz did recently. Like I thought, you know, it went over so many views and got so many, like over 1 million likes in like less than 24 hours, and it didn't even show up on trending. And it's like you can tell like someone there like chose not to show that on purpose.
I feel like YouTube's been like that since like 2010 or 2011 though, when they started having like Disney got like a YouTube channel, you know, ABC, like CNN, whatever, all the different big companies got their own YouTube channel. I mean, it started with like them being the ones who were always featured on the homepage. If you go on the homepage, it's always like
they were always viewed as they were always viewed as just companies that needed an extra social media. YouTube wasn't exactly like, you know, leaning more towards like, hey, they're sponsors, more so than I think maybe 2014, 2015 they started doing that a lot more. I think wasn't that like when YouTube's homepage even changed a lot? Started showing those things a lot, I think.
The Reddit homepage change.
I think there's a smart way to be about it, though, because like YouTube, to me, YouTube is a social media platform. It's not for artists. I mean, and you can still release your stuff on there for like for publicity reasons, but that seems to be the main purpose of YouTube now. Yeah. You can be smart about it though. Like Doug Walker has Channel Awesome as well as YouTube, and because of that, he's able to get by a lot more. Because whenever something doesn't really go well on YouTube, something could be going well on his own website. A lot of people like to make their own websites. A lot of people like to branch out like beyond YouTube and maybe make content on other websites that can get them revenue. It's you know, merchandise and whatnot. You don't have to rely on YouTube if you want to do it as a career. I don't think anyone should rely on YouTube alone. Like, you know, you have Ethan from H3H are doing Twitch a lot now, and that's helping him out.
I feel like more people should switch over to Twitch. Like, they don't necessarily have to do gaming. They can do IRL streams. But, I don't, like, Etika does it. Like,
which is a great platform.
Sometimes he doesn't always play video games. He just chats with his audience. And, like, he does get a lot of donations each time he live streams.
By the way.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I agree.
I keep an eye on H3H3's podcast. There's two other guys I like to watch called Ice Poseidon and...
Yeah, I heard a lot about him. He does a lot.
Yeah, there's a lot of drama with him.
He's like a big old rig,
really cool,
and he goes out and does these IRL streams in perfect, great quality, like with high-end equipment.
And then there's a student named, I think his name is Andy Milanakis.
Never heard of him.
Yeah.
Who's he?
3 years old, but he looks like he's 10.
What?
Yeah, no, yeah, like, yeah, he's on freaking Baited. You know what Baited is, Austin?
Yes, I did. I've seen so many conversations where
that show is like the ultimate guilty pleasure of mine. I love it. It is hilarious to listen to.
Who is he?
It's the podcast with Keemstar.
No, the guy.
Andy Milanakis. He had a show on
MTV
for a while. He had a show on MTV, and now he just does a lot of live streams. I've seen it. Like, there's this one that's like popular of like this older creepy guy who was following him around, and he gave him like a lollipop because he looks and talks like he's 10, but he's like in his 30s or maybe 40s now.
I have to get my friend one tobacco cigarette. And like, I've seen it a few times.
And Andy wasn't he wasn't creeped out by it. He was encouraging it. He wanted to see how far he could take it. It was hilarious. I love it. That's the only thing from his live stream I've ever seen, but it makes me want to watch more.
Yeah, he used to do a lot of sketch comedy back in the day on MTV and some random acting here and there.
He had a couple seasons of his show. That's not bad.
2 or 3. I can't remember.
Might have been 3. I feel like it was 3.
My favorite skit on that show would have to be the spoon skit.
This is a topic that Zach can't talk about, so I just want to mention it real quickly. Austin, did you watch all of season 3 of Rick and Morty?
I think so.
Did you see the finale, like the finale with the president?
God, what was the finale? Wasn't that the one with
president?
No,
the president. Rick versus
watched
the president.
In order, but I could vaguely remember it now. I don't remember entirely. Was the one where they were making fun of the Avengers?
That was like the beginning of the season.
That was one I don't remember.
Episodes. That one was fucking funny.
Much.
The Vindicators. That one was hilarious.
The Vindicators. God damn it.
Never mind it. Okay, just forget it then. I don't want too much time on it because Zachary's just got done with season 1.
Yeah, I'm caught up though. I remember the president episode.
Yeah, I thought that one was I liked it a lot, but it felt like they had 2 episodes stuck into one, and they should have just, I don't know. I mean, they were supposed to have 14, and they had 10. That's what happens. You try to force the ideas into one episode, then, and it doesn't work. Season 3... I'm
not gonna lie, it's a little disappointing.
Season 3 had 5 episodes that live up to the previous seasons, 4 that were okay, and 1 that I fucking hated. I say I fucking hated it, and I say that harshly. I enjoyed it the first time I watched it, and then I rewatched it and realized how boring it was, because I liked it the first time because it was Rick and Morty footage that I didn't see before. I watched it the second time, I was like, there's nothing of value in this episode.
I honestly think the only one I didn't like this season was the Pickle Rick episode.
I love Pickle Rick.
I honestly didn't like that episode.
I don't love it because of the stupid fucking memes where it's like, Pickle Rick, it's funny because he's a pickle. It's funny because
Pickle Rick to anybody, and they just started going nuts.
Yeah, I agree. The fan base is annoying, but it's funny because it's I have to defend this episode to everyone. I know one other person who likes it as much as me, and it's Cody. But I loved Pickle Rick. I thought it was hilarious, and I don't think it's hilarious because lol random he's a pickle. It's because of how he starts off as nothing and just how much of a badass he builds himself into, and just shows how fucking brilliant Rick is.
I don't know much about that episode, but I've seen the Rick in some mechanical body with robot arms. I'm excited for that.
Oh god.
It looks ridiculous.
To me, it is one of the most redeemable episodes of the season. My least favorite episode was the ABCs of Beth, and I'm being a little too hard on it because I did actually like parts of it. I say there's nothing of value in it. That's not true at all. I'm a little bit tipsy because I'm drinking. If you haven't noticed, I've been drinking a beverage. But
oh my god,
this isn't adult
beverage.
This isn't going to be a drunk cast. It will be a buzzed cast though. Yeah, like I keep doing this to Zach. I promise I'll shut up after this because like this is like I think the second or third episode this season so far where I go on a Rick and Morty discussion with Zach not being caught up. It's just I love the show so much and it just wrapped up and there's like a lot to say.
Yeah.
I should just do a derailed on it, but I haven't like picked a person to do it with yet, and I want to see if I can schedule with a friend of mine who.
Well, you said like Gage has seen it, and I think Fred
I have a friend who disagrees. I have a friend who says like the first episode of season 3 is the only good one, and the rest of them suck. I disagree with that strongly.
You don't think that can start like an interesting conversation to people 2 different opinions?
Yeah, that's why I want to do it with him. I haven't even asked him, so. It's 9 out of 10 episodes I think are worthwhile. 5 of them are as good as the previous episodes. But Pickle Rick is one of my favorites. Like I loved it. And then ABC's the Beth. To me, that one there's a cool idea in there, and it does do really good character development, and has probably the most interesting ending of for an episode of the entire season. Honestly, that could have been an ending for a season. How interesting it was. But it forgot to have fun. Like there's no jokes in the episodes. And the episode, everyone's super serious and straight-faced throughout the whole thing. And I did not have fun watching it. It's really, like, clearly, I say there's no jokes. There's clearly jokes, but I don't know. They didn't work for me. Nothing about that one really worked that well for me. I'll explain it better in a different time when I do it someday.
They tried.
I loved it. I loved the season. I love season 3. I agree it's not as good as season 2. I love season 3, though. It's not terrible. Definitely didn't make it.
Season 3 is what it is, and I think it's all right.
It definitely wasn't.
I'm just worried that the wait for season 4 is going to be something crazy.
It definitely wasn't Dox the female writers bad. That's a whole other story. Did you hear about that, Zach?
Oh god.
There were female writers for season 3. It was the first season that had female writers as part of the team. So the people who didn't like the new episodes blamed it on them and doxed them.
I think they were on a Game Grumps guest episode once, and like I saw, like I didn't watch the episode, but I saw the comments, and like there was all these people. Oh, those 2 girls from the worst season of Rick and Morty. And it's like, wow, they must be really hated. I don't know how 2 people could be hated so much for writing a show, but
Dan Harmon put it best when he said that we all write the episodes together. Like it's not just one writer in there. Me and Justin have everything to do with every episode. The only thing I will say, and this might sound, I don't know, Dan Harmon's a comedic genius. I love what he does. But I think if you want to blame season 3 on anyone, and this is an assumption, I have nothing to back this up other than like a little bit of stuff I saw, I would blame it on Dan Harmon. Because he hated the Vindicators episode. There's like recordings of him like talking shit about it, but to me that's the funniest episode of the season, and that was completely like clearly more of a Justin thing than a Dan Harmon thing. And Dan Harmon is so into doing philosophical speeches in his shows, both in this one and in his old one, Community. And that's a big problem with season 3 is every single episode Rick has like this nothing matters philosophy in the show. And it was great in the first 2 seasons when it's brought up, because it's always brought up in like a very dramatic. It's, like you saw season 1, Zach. It was actually done from Morty, but it was Morty learning from Rick when he says that out there. That's my grave. No one lives on purpose. No one lives on purpose. Everyone's gonna die. Nothing matters. Basically, they have those speeches in the show every once in a while, but season 3 really hammers in the nothing matters philosophy. It's like every episode it gets a mention. It like starts to take itself very seriously at certain parts. And I think that's on Dan Harmon. If I had to make an educated guess based off what I've seen in the past, I'd say that's Dan Harmon, not Justin Roiland. I want to just make it clear. I loved season 3. I agree it's not as good. It's not as good as 1 and 2. But some of the episodes live up to 1 and 2. It's as a whole. But they don't go into season 3 thinking none of these episodes are going to live up to what I saw before. Go into it saying some of them are and some of them aren't.
Who is that?
The guy with a bunch of shaving cream over him.
That's shaving cream, man. He's my hero.
I was gonna say OC, guys. I was gonna say like, for season 3, you couldn't at least have done like half of the season, just that stuff, not like every episode, like you said. Because I mean, it's a lot of episodes. Still 10 episodes. You couldn't save some for the next season.
Like you said, they're shoving them all together, trying to make it work.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I also want to make this clear because I have a lot of respect for Dan Harmon. A lot. I actually listened to the Game Grumps with him recently. I'm not done with it yet, but I love what I heard so far. I think Dan Harmon's a fascinating person. I really like his stuff. When I say like I blame that on Dan Harmon, I'm not blaming everything on him. I'm blaming that specifically on him. Like if I had to make a guess, I would blame it on him. I'm not even officially blaming it on him, but I'm sure he also did a lot of kick-ass stuff in this season. I just want to make that clear. I would hate for me to like I would hate for me to ever find success on this platform. And then one day when I'm if I ever got popular on YouTube or did anything like that, there's recordings of me talking shit about Dan Harmon, someone who I really admire, you know? Like that's why I always that's why I always get so defensive. Like I don't think I will, but if I do, I don't want people to like think, oh yeah, here he is shit talking Dan Harmon, a comedic genius. But
I've actually gotten those thoughts a lot more recently. Not that I'm like thinking about changing any of that. Like I feel like there's totally going to be a whole lot of recordings that we've done and going to be that I've said, you know, and I totally regret. But like I don't know. It's like I think it's just human to like, you know, be hypocritical and be.
Well, exactly. If I ever get popular, I'll just go into the channel and delete all the DuckCast super quick.
with me, there's not only like Zip Prod and the Duck Brigade, there's also like Vizilla Universe and all these other things where I have to like ask other people, hey, can you take this down? And if they say no, it's like, oh.
No. I would never ask someone who worked hard on something to take something that is. I would own it. if because Richard has that crossover between me and him that's really cringy, but I wouldn't contact him and say, hey, take that down. He probably did take it down, though. I think he took his entire channel down.
Hey, remember that channel that my profile picture was on with the murder mysteries? Yes, someone just put me in that. It wasn't me, guys. No. I had no say in that.
Murder mystery thing.
Austin's been trying to say something. What's up, Austin?
My biggest fear would have to be somebody finding my videos either on the Duck Brigade or my old channel and just like...
Oh, you mean IDK what's
turning them into a meme. Is my biggest concern. I've got people DDoSing my address, sending SWAT teams to my house, and killing me in my sleep with all their rare pepes.
I completely forget what we name you in the title. Like if it's Austin or IDK, what's the name?
You know what would be really awesome? To gain like a small enough fan base to make money from doing it and being able to keep doing it while also having loving fans.
Oh, it's Namco High Guy.
Not get big enough to where people. But not get big enough to where you're going to have a lot of crazy people try to hunt you down.
If I vaguely remember, I'm going to check something, actually. Hang on.
We still get comments on Namco High, like, frequently, by the way.
Namco High Guy in...
Every other comment we get on the Duck Brigade is Namco High.
Namco High was a regretful decision.
Why was it regretful? It did so much for everyone. You were like the fucking face of the brigade. I don't know. Like obviously, like I don't know. I was really happy that you did that series because it helped a lot of other things out for a while. And it didn't last. But it was very nice. It was very nice for the time. It got like the Duck Brigade a lot of subscribers.
I think we lost two recently. We were at 1912. Now we're at 1910. Go fuck yourselves.
Oh, I'm gonna kill them.
Yeah.
Let's dox them.
Dare you?
We can't find them anymore because they're not subscribed. We can't find their username. They've left the face of the planet.
We'll find a way.
Okay.
We have to go to like that old YouTube archive site where you can like look at like the YouTube pages
from certain dates. Yeah.
Who's missing? We'll dox all of them, even if it's more than just those two. We'll dox anyone
even our accounts that are subscribed. We'll dox ourselves. It's like that one South Park season, the last season where they just doxed everyone.
Like I unsubscribed from my Bemis 100 account, so I get doxed as well. I did unsubscribe from my Bemis 100 account. I haven't logged on to that in a long time.
Didn't you say you forgot
the
the password?
Notifications because it notifies me. It decided my YouTube automatically did the notification bell for that channel. You know, before the notification bell existed, I got on Bemis 100, and apparently it automatically ringed the notification bell for a couple of YouTubers. So because I went on Bemis 100 and I had like the maximum amount of notifications. Like it wouldn't let me. It was just like I forget what is it. It's like 999, 99, 9,999, something like that. Whatever the maximum is, because it was notifying me every single time someone uploaded a video. Like,
good God.
I can't see if I got
Hey, Mike,
comments.
you're getting a lot of text messages on your phone. You're pretty popular.
Oh man, I wish I was cool as Bemis and Company.
Bemis 100.
That's Bemis 100. Bemis and Company, I still manage.
Bemis and Company's like a wannabe
There's a new
Bemis
one.
100.
There's a new Bemis and Company that I'm getting very close to finishing. I started talking. Last DuckCast, I had just filmed it. 1 week ago, I just filmed it, and I've made a lot of progress this week. Today, I made a shitload of progress, and tonight, Tariq and Fred are coming over because we're going to do some voiceover work for parts of it. I tried doing.
Hell yeah, good shit.
I tried doing all the voiceover work myself, but it doesn't sound good, so I'm getting other people to come over. We're changing a lot of things up with Bigfoot, because before I kind of did this, like, it's weird because I remember this not being my intention, but it's absolutely what I did. Is I just copied the Rich Alvarez Donkey Kong voice when I used to do Bigfoot, and I don't want to do that anymore because A, it's copying, and B, it's annoying. It's not funny.
What are you, a Santa bro? I'm just kidding.
I got that. Hold up.
Hey Austin, tell us some wise words from the great almighty you.
If you have, God, I don't know. If you're dating, remember, I once dated a half Korean girl.
A half Korean.
Tariq just sent me a message saying I'll be up in 15 minutes, and I typed in sweet, but for some reason autocorrect changed it to the sweet, so that's the message he got.
That makes no sense.
Well, hey man, that's the sweet.
I'm headed up in 15 minutes. The sweet.
Gotta tell you a story. I dated an Asian girl one time. Well, she was half Asian, all right. And her dad was Korean. Her mom was also Korean.
I like stories that have
she lost her
in
legs
it, like
in
you're
a
not
car
really
accident.
sure.
She lost her legs in a car accident. That's why she was half Asian.
God damn
it. It was supposed to be funnier than that, but whatever.
I laughed.
Have you ever
Can't
seen
go
that?
wrong with it.
Have you ever seen that clip where iDubbbz, Max Mofo, and Frank are on a live stream, and Frank tells a gay joke, and he's like, two gay guys are like, they initiate the sex as they do, and like, it was something about one guy had some like metallics thing in his ass, and one guy had to dig it out. It was funny. What are you doing?
This is how all DuckCast episodes are going to be broadcasted in the future. I'm going to be very close, so I'm going to be looking directly at the webcam.
At least your audio is louder now. That's good.
that clip right there is what you got to use for DuckCast intro for season 4. When you're doing the intro, that's going to be really close up on.
You gotta find those wacky moments where we're like flailing everywhere. Those are the parts I take.
What I was gonna say before is, don't be mean to Xanderbrow.
I wasn't. I was just saying a little thing for funsies.
Okay.
I love him.
I want to mention him on the show real quickly because I love how he handled this. We've criticized him a little bit harshly in the season 2 finale, while showing respect, while saying that we still respect what he does, and he the way he responded to it is like one of the most positive ways I've seen someone respond to their channel being criticized ever. Like, he was such a good sport about it. He like he just said, yeah, I can kind of agree with a lot of the stuff you're saying, but I have fun doing this and this, and we're like trying to improve. That was like such a good way to respond to criticism.
I love how like how far he's come with that too, because like years ago he could not take criticism at all, like, just being honest, but like now he's cool. I remember, like,
I don't remember, like, a few years back, I remember, and not just, like, again, like, I want to watch how I talk about Will, because, you know, like, we already did it in one episode, we shouldn't keep doing it. I do recall Lackett, though, having a hard time taking criticism, because I would, like, say, oh, this is really cool, this is a lot better than what this was for one of their videos, and he said, like, and he left the response saying, well, the effects were always fine. And it was just like him denying the criticism I was giving. Like, I was complimenting the new stuff, but because I criticized the old stuff, he had a problem with that. Yeah. But Will always seemed relatively good at taking criticism to me. But sometimes, I guess there's a difference between like not getting pissy about criticism and actually using the criticism. I think Brower took the criticism when he made his new show. I'm only on the first episode, but there was some cool stuff in the first episode. There was some bad stuff in the first episode, but there was some cool stuff. It's Mario the Unknown Plumber. That's his new one. And the only there's going to be videos in the Brigade about that, but I'm doing them with Chris Bonite. Possibly Olivia too. I think it's just me and Chris, but Olivia might be on board with it too. I have no idea. I'm only making that assumption because they're normally together when I talk to them.
You think we should call them out for quick little moments here?
Real talk.
You two fucking.
Because there's a real talk.
Get closer to the camera. Actually, this is a good time for that.
There's a real talk crossover between DuckCast and Real Talk, and we did our version on our channel, but there was also one for their channel, but they haven't uploaded yet. There's also a Chris Chan discussion between me and Cody, where both me and Cody are drunk, and they haven't put that up yet.
Wait, you did that with them?
And don't you want to see that? Yeah,
that was a thing.
Don't you want to see drunk Michael and Cody talk about Chris Chan with Chris and Olivia?
Assholes, both of them.
Both of them. I'd love to get you both drunk.
DoxingCast.
Dude, that was like so much. Dude, no offense to this show. No offense to the show we're doing right now.
We advertised that there was going to be a Real Talk around the same time we were uploading ours with them and nothing.
That Chris Chan podcast was so much better than the DuckCast we did with Cody last season. It was like a justified Michael and Mackle and Smorty.
I rendered episode 9 recently, the re-upload that people have already seen because this is coming out after that. But I was like listening to some clips and like just the beginning and end of some parts, like just Cody says these great one-liners. I love it. Like, oh god, what was one of them? Something. I think the same thing that Austin was saying earlier. Something about Asians. I don't know. Possibly. I mean, you guys are on the same wavelength most of the time.
Half Asians?
Austin and Cody are like they have some similarities.
They're long lost brothers. Yeah.
They're long lost brothers.
We are.
Remember,
we are.
You guys, we're missing. Cody is really because us three and Cody, we were the Tales from Neverwinter group.
Yeah. I would totally get back into that, especially with this newer laptop, which I think could play a whole lot better than the last laptop.
I think we could do something. I loved that team up though. Me, Austin, Zach, and Cody. Like it's so great.
And also our better microphones shit. This time around. Audio would be better too.
It takes me back.
Let's see if Cody's online. No, he's not.
There's this one MMO. There's this one MMO that Teddy showed me years ago, and that I've now been playing recently with this newer laptop. It's another MMO, but it's Star Wars. Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Yeah, I've seen you playing that a lot.
It's a huge download. Like, it takes forever. If you do it overnight, download it overnight, it shouldn't be that bad. But, like, it breaks your bandwidth when you download it. It's really bad. But when you actually get it, and if it plays decently, it's a pretty fun game. It's just a good time killer and just a lot of side quests. You don't really... This story's pretty boring, but, I mean, like, Neverwinter was kind of the same. We kind of just did it just to hang out. And I feel like if we ever did it with that game, it would be the same, just with Star Wars.
I would probably, if we did it again, if we were to play games, which I want to, I really want to. My computer's a piece of shit. It's the only reason I don't.
Yeah.
I've been playing Sims 3 on my computer, and it will run, but it will run kind of poorly sometimes. That's Sims 3 that doesn't run well on my computer. And it runs okay, but if like someone watched how it ran, then they would like have a big problem with it. But
like this laptop. Okay.
Yeah, I'm almost done.
Yeah.
That's my train of thought now. But I would play the game. Like I would love to do it again. And I we should just do it for like fun and whatnot. But knowing me, I'm normally gonna record stuff. But like I wouldn't want to do it going into the intention that we're making a show. I'd want to just do it like record, and if there's something good, I'll put it in the video. Like
for sure.
Yeah, like that's how I would think we could like keep doing it. Austin, you've been quiet, and it's because me and Zachary are talking a lot. Anything you want to add?
I learned that there's a screen share.
Yeah.
Better look up Pornhub.
Oh, dude. Yes.
Time to get your videos demonetized.
I have like a thing on Slate's side with a new video I'm making. where if I ever show like a web, like every time I show the website, like I show like a screenshot of like of a web page. If I'm trying to like screen capture a channel or something like that for like an example, when I'm trying to show in a Slate side, in my most recent Slate side video that I'm working on right now, which I mentioned last episode, almost part 1. It is going to be a several part series, probably going to be like a little mini series because of how many parts I'm going to have to do for it. But every single time I do it, I have something weird as a tab open. I'll type up like the weirdest thing, like a weird fucking thing I can think of, and have it as a tab.
Just a little Easter egg.
Oh God.
Just it would be funny for like literally a brief second. It just zooms in and then zooms back out. Like did you catch that kind of thing? I don't know. But I get what you're saying. Like I think that could still work too.
That's a good idea to get the joke across. That really is a good idea to get the joke
But I agree,
across.
It has to be something.
But I like it being something. I like it being like an extra thing for people who pay attention extra close.
It also depends, like if when you record it, like if it's high definition or not, like not too pixelated, like you're recording.
But
the words.
But the people who listen to DuckCast, who are few and far between, you want to if you're listening to this and you want to watch this late side video later, here's a little note. Pay attention to the tabs whenever it's on a web page. Not every single time it shows a web page do I have a tab gag, but I do have them, so keep an open eye.
Who needs a director's commentary when you have this episode? Little Easter eggs right here.
Dude, what if we did a director's commentary over
DuckCast, every single DuckCast? That would be horrible. Just talking over talking.
That would be the worst thing ever.
That would be horrible.
Austin,
incoherent.
You remember when we did a commentary on sports videos, me and you?
I do.
Are those uploaded?
I do.
Yeah, it's on the Duck Brigade.
I'm pretty sure it's still uploaded.
Me and Austin watching. No, it's definitely uploaded. I talked to Stuart last night. He went to see the Pony movie.
Oh, did he?
Wait, hold on, Austin. Weren't you a brony at one point, or are you still? Aren't you?
Oh, no. I dated a brony.
I thought you were at one point. Same with Stuart. You two were hugging.
Oh no.
Making out back in the day.
Stuart, that was I mean, I don't know if you could call Mitzi a brony because I don't know if like girls can be bronies.
I mean, it's just a fan.
They can be bronies.
Being sexist here, saying that girls can't be bronies.
At this point, I'm pretty certain that anybody who likes My Little Pony who's above a certain age is a brony.
Okay.
Bronies are dying for good.
Mitzi and Stuart were bronies, though. I know Austin wasn't, because Austin made fun of it with me, and then we got yelled at by some people.
Oh, I remember that night, too.
I had a recording of it, but I did delete it upon the person's request. That person is an awesome person, and I love that person, but there was an outburst one night. And it was hilarious.
I do remember.
Was it with like the OG DuckCast, Duck Brigade crew, or was it just like a third party?
It was in the old group chat on Skype, like when we first got Skype.
Because there was only so many, a handful of dudes that I can think of that left.
I will never do this for anything. Like, I'm gonna read a personal message between me and Stuart, but I would never do it if it was something serious. I just want to make that clear. This is regarding the My Little Pony movie, so I think it's okay.
Okay.
I just want to read what his response was. Okay, yeah, it was okay. I asked. It was just a one-word response. It was like, how was Pony the movie? And he responded autistic. So there you have it.
I love him so much.
Oh, well.
What, Mike?
You know what we do need eventually? I said it's okay because we have Zachary.
Oh, yeah. Well, you don't have to say that, all right? Let me speak for myself. I'm a big boy, says the autistic man-child.
Yeah, I'm a big boy.
Oh,
Well, what were you going to say, though, after that? You were going to say something.
We need an episode of Austin and Stuart.
God. There would be no
That'd be
dead air.
catastrophic. That's a great idea. That'd be an excellent idea.
Fred's here? Oh, wow. I wasn't expecting him until like 10. All right, yeah, tell him to come down.
Something about Austin is like...
Yo, dude, it's like I said that Tariq might show up, but Fred's going to show up again. Fred has officially... Whoa. If Fred comes down here and gets in front of the webcam, Fred will have officially beaten Chris for most appearances on DuckCast, I believe.
It's a pretty shitty award.
Because I'm doing DuckCast. I wasn't expecting you this soon.
God, Austin, stop. What are you doing?
Garfield minus Garfield. I love that. I love that comic. We're almost done.
I'm good at what I do.
No, dude, we're just finishing up DuckCast and then we'll do stuff.
Isn't it beautiful? All right, I'll turn it off. Oh, look at this Inception.
I would have hoped that like sharing screens on Discord would be less laggy than sharing screens on Skype, but it's just as laggy. That sucks. That's a shame.
It's just as bad. Then again, they're just like implementing it.
That's our recommendation of the week. Garfield minus Garfield. First time it's not a YouTube.
Garfield.
Wait, what? What's a what?
Well, this episode of DuckCast is brought to you by.
Wait, shut up. What, Mike?
I'll let Austin do it.
Okay.
What am I doing now?
What the recommendation is? I gotta write it down.
Oh, this episode of DuckCast is brought to you in part by Garfield without Garfield.
Garfield.
Is it a website?
It's Garfield minus Garfield. It's a webcomic where it's all of the Garfield comics, but
I think I might have seen
Garfield out of it.
But Garfield is just not there.
So it's just showing what John says, and Odie can't talk, so it's just showing what John says, and now becomes a comic about a man who is truly alone.
So is it like a legit website? Like, what's the?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'll link it to you if you can't find it. All right.
I should be able to find it, but yeah.
I love Garfield minus Garfield.
What was I gonna say there?
What?
I don't know. Garfield
minus Garfield is a website. Fred's here and he's asking what it is. I'll re-explain it. I just explained it. If you would have listened, you would have understood. It's a webcomic, but it's just they take the Garfield comic strips and they remove Garfield and his like dialogue out of it, his like little speech bubbles. So it just shows John most of the time. And since it's not like it shows John though, and he's just talking to himself, and often it comes off as really out of context. Out of context, it's depressing as shit.
It's just talking to himself. Yeah, I definitely have seen some of those, I think.
It was a comic that Gage shared with me where it was a Garfield comic. And I'm gonna have to find it and send it to you, Zachary, and I want you to put it in right here.
Wait, okay.
I can't remember how it's worded properly, so just put it here. It's hilarious, and you'll laugh your ass off when I send it to you later, and Austin later, because it's the funniest fucking thing ever. Cuphead. What do we think of it?
Never played it. Looks hard.
But yeah, but like, it looks fucking beautiful. I wouldn't mention a game if it didn't look that much hard work was put into it. I want to get it.
I love like every little, attack animations, walking animation. Like they just did a whole lot of different designs for each. There's a lot of different characters in it too. They did a lot. Overworld.
I feel like it'd be
with that same style. That's great.
Play that game, Stone. I feel like it would be nice to do a little hit and then play that game. I think that would be.
I feel bad for the completionists too, because like there's little ranks you can get, like grade B or grade C, like time limit and stuff. Like
he's got this. He's got this because he did Sonic 06 and he completed that, and that's a game that like it's already challenging as it is, but it's broken, and there's stuff that can hold you back from doing it. And he made it through, so the completionist, he's got this. I think when he did Sonic Boom, it was the first time he wasn't able to complete a game though, because the game made it literally impossible. There was a bug that broke the game, and it was impossible for him to complete it. So it was the first.
Gotta love those good old game breaking bugs.
I love the completion.
Reminds me back in the day.
You remember Chris and Olivia covered it on their podcast, and it's kind of old news. Did you hear what happened to him though? With his old
no, I don't think so.
Cast member Greg.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Do you know who the completionist is, Austin?
Yes.
He has a show called he makes videos where he completes games. Really, I think he's bad at sketch comedy. Like watching a completionist skit is like almost worse than a Doug Walker skit. But his videos are extremely well made. His reviews are good. His points are good, and his dedication to completing a game makes his show extremely entertaining, very well made. It's one of the best gaming shows out there. But he used to do it with a guy named Greg, and there was over 100 episodes that was done with this person. But then there was a falling out. It's just the curse of normal boots. Happens with the best of them.
Which that's fine, but what happened after?
But what happened after? You don't know, Zach?
No, I do. I'm just waiting for you to say.
You do. Okay. Greg,
It's messed
Greg,
up.
he left for a long time. And like about a year or two later, this was a few months back when he did this, he contacted Gyrod. Is that how you saying it? His name Gyrod or Gerard?
Gyrod.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. Like, I'm a fucking retard. He contacted him about, like, him saying that he wanted to remove every single video that he was in. So he said he's going to do
Hold the fuck up here.
Yeah, and he eventually, agreed to do it. He, like, talked to his lawyers, and his lawyer said he was fine, but he decided he didn't want to cause any more problems with this person who used to be his, like, fucking best friend, keep that in mind. And he decided to remove them, and Greg didn't even respond to that. He just, like, okay, yeah.
Yeah. It's
like,
so messed up, dude.
And now he says he's going to redo every single game he did with Greg and remake the video without Greg.
It's such, like, a waste of time, too. Like, all these other games coming out. That's not good for, like, his business, I think.
He says he's going to do that while still making consistent new episodes. And you know what? That's fucking insane, and it sounds like a waste of time. But if he pulls it off...
I mean, the show in general is that, but, yeah.
But if he pulls that off, where he's able to remake every single old episode just to remove a cast member that doesn't want to be part of it anymore, I think that is one of the most impressive things I will ever see.
Yeah.
Like, so imagine watching, like, fucking Seinfeld, and then Kramer says, hey, I don't want to be in the episodes anymore. Obviously, this couldn't happen because there was contracts. But, like, Kramer says, I don't want to be in every episode again. Do it all over again. And then they did every episode minus Kramer. That's what this is going to be. Maybe a little bit different because it's a review, but so that's what this is.
That sounds like... That honestly just sounds like hell.
What if you took Garfield and removed Garfield from every comic strip? It all came full circle. It all came full circle. This is DuckCast Season 3.
What?
Oh, no.
Every episode has meaning. Everything connects to each other thing. It's a piece of art.
Wait,
DuckCast is a piece of art. And if you can't fucking see it that way, you're just a dumbass. If you can't get the metaphors in every episode and every second and frame of DuckCast...
I think it's going a bit too far.
It just means that you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking piece of shit and you can't figure out anything. You're such an idiot, guys. You should be able to guess
not very open-minded.
Little meaning in every single second of the show.
I mean, just because you're passionate about something, I mean, doesn't make it true. I mean, you're very energetic.
You have to have a really high IQ to understand DuckCast.
I'm gonna dislike this episode.
Really high IQ to understand DuckCast.
You done?
Austin, you have any notes?
Nope. I just found another website.
You never have anything. You're just looking up websites this whole episode. You goddamn damn.
The conversation, but I've also been looking at very, very, very pointless websites.
Pornhub, right?
In the background. That fish website you sent me, Austin? That fish website?
What's that? The fish website? Oh, you mean the Marvelous Breadfish, right?
No. It was just this weird website where there's a bunch of fish.
Fucking no.
What do you do with your free time, goddammit?
He works.
Masturbate.
And masturbate.
Fair
yes.
Enough.
That's what I do. I work for Chatterbait.com.
Hey, Fred, what do you do in your free time? You're here.
Can't even hear him.
Hey, that's
you already disregarded yourself. You already went against what you said. You already contradicted yourself. That's the word I was trying to say before, a couple seconds ago.
Is Fred not going to show up at least once?
You want to show up at least once so
I need to put my makeup on.
Zachary wants to feel less insecure. Do you want to walk in front of the webcam for a second? The episode's probably over, like almost over, right? 49
minutes so far.
I guess so.
That's close, yeah. Yo, put your face in front of the webcam for a second, you piece of shit. I didn't call you over here to not be on DuckCast. I actually didn't. What time is it now? Yeah, you said you weren't expecting to be here.
9:45.
And that's why I thought
yeah, what he said.
You sent a message. So you said he was gonna hear...
Oh god, he's gonna kill him.
This time without the webcam flying everywhere. We had an episode, like the last episode of season 2 with Chris and Olivia. Like there was this. Remember Barry Boner?
Yeah.
Well, you weren't in season 2, but did you ever hear anything about that? Like the Barry Boner saga.
I don't remember
in
the camera
DuckCast.
flying
We had
all over
like
the
this
place.
little skull called Barry Boner the Bean Boozler, and like throughout the season we had like this whole thing. He was our co-host, and then he became the villain. And at the very last episode, Mike had a big epic battle with him, and like Fred had the webcam like following him around. He was smashing it.
Okay, I'm actually trying to do the math now. How many episodes of Fred? Because Cody, Fred, and Chris are like the most consistent guests, and like Fred's not even a guest right now; he's just making an appearance. But
I mean, he's still been on, episodes. He's still. I don't know. Does it count if he's a guest? Like, I guess not, because like Cody appearing at the end of Austin's first episode wouldn't really count.
Yeah,
right?
Cody was only an official guest like 3 times, but then he like added himself onto several calls because he was also in the one where we were talking about Gravity Falls, where he just joined at the end. And then he joined. I think he also randomly joined the stupid Mario World one, didn't he?
No, he was only Mackle and Morty 1 and 2, his own episode, end of Austin's episode 19, and that was it. 4 episodes, I think.
Well, he
just kind of shows up whenever he wants to.
What?
Wasn't he? He was in the finale for like a season 1 finale for like a couple seconds.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, 5 episodes.
And then he was in season 2. He was in season 2.
Yeah, he had his own episode, like I said. 5 episodes.
2 Mackle and Mortys. He appeared in the Gravity Falls one. Okay, that is 5 probably. Is there?
But 2 of them, he was just appearing for a bit. And to be fair, the finale was the point of that anyway. So.
Right. Okay. Chris has the drunk. He hasn't been seen since DrunkCast. He hasn't been seen since 21.
Yeah. What's he been doing? Maybe he fell on his face while drunk and died. That's a bit dark. I'm sorry.
Like Chris was such a consistent guest in the first season that even though he hasn't appeared since the first episode of season 2, he's still like number 1 for like most guest appearances. He was in
until
3.
Fred pops in.
He was in 3. He was in 10. He was. What else was he in? He was there. He was in 2 episodes in a row. He was in 2 episodes in a row. Because he was in 17 and 18.
Was he in the season 1 finale?
So that's 6 episodes. He has 6 episodes.
Wait, was he in the season 1 finale, or did we not get?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was in the season 1 finale. And then Fred was in the one where we did improv with Xanderbrow. He was in the Q&A. He was in the finale. And then he.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh no, it's still 5 episodes. Fred isn't like, even if you count this one, Fred hasn't been like on as much as Chris has. So this is 5 for Fred, but I don't even think this one counts because he hasn't shown himself and he spoke like once. I'm not giving you shit. We're almost done, bud.
God, what?
No, you're fine, dude. You're fine. Calm down. He's got a gun.
Oh shit.
Well.
What'd you do if you saw like a blood splatter? Just.
I'd like if Fred becomes this season's villain for like no reason, just because of this one clip. It all came full circle. There he is.
Who killed Michael Venus?
It was me.
How you doing?
Tonight at 9.
It was
me. Hey, how's it going? How's it going there?
God damn it, Austin. Wait, what was that again? I forget the brands. Raisins, right?
Oh, it's Quaker oatmeal. No, raisin. You could fuck right off.
Who's the guy? Oh, is that Lincoln for the raisin things? What is it?
I want to punch you.
I forget.
Oh man,
you idiot.
That's the Quaker Oats guy.
What do you mean
Lincoln? Does he look anything like Abraham Lincoln? The dude looks like a goddamn honey bun.
Hate you.
He looks like he prances around and hands out oats to people, man. Hey, Crocker's got nothing on him. Makes the best damn oatmeal.
What happened to the cow? Take it off?
I'd like a mini-series of just Mr. Crocker from Fairly Odd Parents. What do you think?
As long as it's a fan fiction.
Fred's the new Michael for DuckCast.
Mm-hmm.
Enjoy talking.
Just Michael Venus.
Fucking piece of shit. This fucking ugly, skinny, white.
You know, it kind of looks like you're
yeah, Austin. He's talking about
white.
you.
Hey, it's not nice to talk about the Quaker Oats guy like that. What did he ever do to you, man?
Well, it's the oatmeal guy.
That person here in the background is just a very.
Yeah, you're right.
Like right when Fred appeared, he just changed it immediately, like so on time. I think he had it at the ready. His finger was just like twitching over the mouse.
This episode of DuckCast is brought to you in part by
By Quaker Oats.
Let's see who's really behind this mask. It's Red Herring.
Just scalp him.
The only thing red here is his veins popping out of his head.
Red Herring.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that meme, Austin, that wasn't really a meme. It was just between me and you, I think.
Oh God, what was that? We were making fun of. Everybody's just red herring the whole time.
What names we do?
Wait, was he in the end of episode 19? That whole thing we did, or did he change characters?
Yeah.
Did he
He
keep
was
us red
that,
herring?
actually, probably.
I feel like he changed it right before or right after.
I think I was Red Herring.
Oh yeah, that's right. That you were.
Wait a minute.
Cody was a dinosaur, and and Austin was Shaggy.
Red Herring?
I want to do another one of those someday. That whole one word or one sentence at a time thing. That was great.
It's a great idea. We could write a book about this stuff, man.
Like not now or near the
It would take a while, and it would probably not make any sense at all, but we could probably get it done.
Fred just got up and he was like, "Wait a minute," and went over to his phone. And I was like, "What's up, Fred?" And he finally says, "Oh, I thought you," because it will let the app Snapchat will let you know if you opened someone's Snap or not. And he says, "Oh, let me finish. Let me fucking finish." Yeah, and Fred said, "I thought you looked at my Snapchat and didn't laugh." Oh, okay. All right, let's see what the fucking Snapchat
Trigger.
is. We'll see if it's
Better be a dick.
Better be a dick.
I won't
Yes,
show it.
It's the only use for
It's the only
Snapchat.
way.
It really is.
You guys hear me?
No. Yes, now, but
Okay. I'm not gonna show it to them. I can't actually, but I'm gonna see if it's actually fun.
It is a dick.
That's what we'll see.
what is it?
Okay. It wasn't that good. It wasn't. All right. So.
Alright. So.
So,
Jack.
Frank just sounds like bap, 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 bap in the
Jack,
distance.
I went to Sheets to get a quick bite for my lunch break.
Now we're listening to them have a conversation. That's great. God damn it. He did this in episode 42, I think. They just had a conversation, him, Gage, and Fred.
Like a really creepy story.
Like, you could barely hear anything.
Yo,
It is
guys,
something,
Wawa
though.
or Sheets, go. Austin, you have Wawa where you are?
What?
What?
What
You
are we
have
doing?
Wawa in Ohio?
Wawa.
Yeah, Wawa goes over there.
I've heard of it, but
Wawa.
I don't think it's near us.
It sounds like something a child would say.
Wow,
It's a sandwich. It's like a sandwich
I mean, I've
gas
got-
station, but it's really fucking delicious. Yo, it's not always a gas station, though, because the one across from the school isn't a gas station.
You know, I think it might be in Florida, but I don't think it's near me.
You
I
guys
have a
Sheets?
Sheets.
Sheets
That's
is
really
good.
it.
Wawa is better than Sheets, but it's kind of weird to compare them, because you're comparing, like, a burger joint. to
What
some-
is that? That's so scary. Is that a mask or a face? I can't tell. I think it's a
I was
mask.
going to Wawa one night, and all of a sudden I got a
Then I saw this.
Snapchat from my buddy Fred, and then this is what I saw
October 6th. I
with hyper-realistic eyes.
Looks like that. It's an old man. You know, like you see the white mustache. He's done drugs. His eyes are all red. Oh no, he
I
burned
just-
off his eyebrows. It looks.
I just turned
Or
22,
ripped them right
and I
off.
ran into our good friend Jack Tizzetto at Sheets.
Man, this is a great
Back
thing
to
we're
go,
listening
Robert.
to right now.
It was funny because out of all the people I know, because I woke up and no one was awake. So I
These are
just went to
important
work.
stories.
Of all the people
Like
I
he's
know,
literally just talking to Fred.
was the first person who wished me a happy
He's not even paying
A
attention.
DuckCast, but it's just talking to Fred the whole time.
year and a half prior to the week.
Dude, I feel like there could be clips just taken and just make its own video of that. Like it's not too far off.
Pause for Fred and Michael stories.
Yeah. Every time Mike just talks with Fred, ignores us, just like its own video.
Now. He got in front of the camera, right? That's 5. That's 5 for Fred. I'm counting those.
A whole hand. Unless if you count that one guy with 6 fingers on one hand, he's a freak.
So, is there any topics that we want to end this episode on? Because we're getting close to the end.
We're at 59
I don't know.
minutes. I mean, we could end it.
Anything else? Like I mentioned, Cuphead. Austin, do you like Cuphead? Do you think it looks cool?
I love Cuphead. It looks really awesome, actually. I'm just worried it's gonna fall into a shit fandom like Undertale and stuff did.
No, but you know what? Like, I'm annoyed by the Rick and Morty fandom. I'm annoyed by the Undertale fandom. But that, like, and I agree, it's annoying to interact with those people. It does make it so you can't really contribute to the fan base without being a little kid trying to make Steven Universe fan art and then have people harass you up to the point where you try to commit suicide. Moving on from that.
I forgot about that shit.
Fucking, like, I think the Steven Universe fandom after that has, like, given themselves the award for the worst fandom. I like Steven Universe, by the way. But after that, like, they are the worst fandom that's ever existed.
I've only ever heard that from
They're worse than Five Nights at Freddy's after that. Like, that
See,
is
I really enjoy
that is the
fandoms.
shittiest thing a fandom has ever done. That is the shittiest thing a fandom has ever done.
I really enjoy shows like Steven Universe. I enjoyed playing Undertale. I enjoyed playing Cuphead. But the fan base are just so god-awful that I want to stay away from it in a way.
The thing is, that never affects me, though, because I still want to watch Rick and Morty just as much as I did before, even though someone spent $14,000 on a sauce that McDonald's is likely just going to bring back anyway.
Most likely. Some guy was selling Dippin' Nuggets for, like, how much money? Like $10 a piece?
Yeah, they do. They just brought it back for a day, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring it back again.
Good thing they are.
But
I don't see why they wouldn't.
But like, the Rick and Morty fan base is kind of annoying. Undertale was pretty bad too, but to me, it doesn't affect enjoying that thing at all. Like, I still love Undertale just as much as I enjoyed it before I came across its fan base. I still love Rick and Morty just as much as I did before coming across its fan base. Yeah.
Shows and stuff can be good, but the fan base can just be terrible.
Anyway.
Oh, every fan base has. It's like, I think Steven Universe has gone to have like the first one though.
Like, I mean,
like,
Doctor Who is definitely split, especially recently. I mean, that's a fandom good example for, some fans.
Breaking Bad's fandom was really. I know this isn't like one of like the, more like. Breaking Bad fandom is very different from like a cartoons fandom, but like they've kind of shown their bad. Like, I thought that was a pretty good fandom up until Better Call Saul, where the bad part of that fandom started to show, because it's like everyone gets so angry at Better Call Saul because where's Walter White? So that's where that's where Breaking Bad started to show its toxic fan base, but because Better Call Saul is like. It's very close to just as good to Breaking Bad at this point. It's not there, but it's close.
I think it's fantastic. I'm getting caught up too.
Oh, awesome! It's its own thing. It's enjoyable. It's entertaining.
Are you caught up, Austin, or are you still on season 3?
Yeah.
Where are you?
Oh, with Better Call Saul? No, not yet. I'm trying to.
Where are you right now?
Where are you at?
Give me a minute.
Oh, he's muted. He's still on the call, but he's muted.
Fuck you, Austin. Fuck you, Austin. Who you talking to? Who you fucking talking to, Austin? Fucking talking to? Is it your dad? Your dad is your dad who's running for mayor?
Yes, yes. I was. Indeed. You're correct. Your assumption was very true.
Austin's dad is running for mayor, guys. Vote.
I have been proven guilty. I changed it back to what it was, but I can't do that anymore. It's permanently stuck at this image because it says I've been changing my image too quickly.
Okay, that's only on Discord has to change. That's stupid.
So you're gonna have to face the.
That's removing meme-worthy moments right there.
But where are you at, Austin?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Season 1, Season 2, Season 3.
He hasn't even started the show. He's just saying.
I'm pretty sure I'm either
almost caught up. Just finished Breaking Bad.
Season 3 at this point. I think I'm late into Season 2.
Season 2 is good. I like it.
Season 2 is really good. Season 3 is like...
It's not horrible, but there's moments where there's obvious Breaking Bad references and not its own thing. But like for the most part,
I have such mixed feelings because like I can't. Better Call Saul is I can rank Rick and Morty's season.
It's got that courtroom episode though, which is fantastic. I'll give it that.
Oh
like
God,
absolutely
the courtroom episode
best episode of the show so far, I think.
To me, it's impossible to. I agree with that. To me, it's impossible to rank seasons of Better Call Saul, though. I think every single season it has its flaws, but the stuff that's good almost makes the flaws insignificant. Like it is so great. I will say with Better Call Saul season 3, it's like it's the first season of the show that really it does not feel like it's its own thing 100% of the time. Sometimes it really, because they bring back a lot of Breaking Bad characters in season 3, like a lot of major characters from Breaking Bad come back.
I think I think it's over an exaggeration. I think a good handful, but not too many to overshadow the already.
Yeah, I take that back. You get a ton of minor characters, but you get more than one main character.
Yeah.
And it's like, you don't get Walter White or Hank back yet, or Jesse, or any of that, but you get some pretty, familiar faces back from the show. And on one hand, it's like sometimes it does feel a little bit hammed in, like, but at the same time, normally they all make sense as a way for these characters to be introduced into the cycle. And also, I liked every single one of them. I liked seeing every single character again.
Yeah.
So I can't, and what they do with Chuck and Jimmy is incredible.
Yeah.
It is. Oh my God! Like, it's so shocking every time.
I don't think it would be too overhyped for us, and honestly, I think it lives up the hype. Like, I think you'll really be satisfied near the end of season 3.
I think you'll love season 3. The thing that's so great is even after season 2, I was like, by the end of, like, with season 1, I loved it, and then by the end of it was like at that point, like, it wasn't about, I think what really shows a spin-off show that it's doing its job right is by the end of, like, the first or second season, you're interested to see what happens to Kim next. You're interested to see what happens to Jimmy next. You're not, or Chuck. You don't want to, like, you're not worried about Walter White anymore. You're not worried about Jesse Pinkman anymore. You just you grow to like the new characters.
What does Austin think so far of where he's at? Like, details.
Right now, I've
only heard you like it. I wanna know what you think.
I think it's fantastic. With everything that I've been seeing so far, it's great. Shit, right really there. It just kind of bugs me that people are like, "Oh, where's Walt and Jesse?" Well, this is a prequel.
Yeah. You don't need them.
Walter.
I mean, I think they have 100% confirmed that we will at least see Bryan Cranston near the end of the show. Like, for sure. Like, last episode at least.
I hope so.
At least.
What did you say? Hold on.
But yeah. Are we good? Or do you have more to say?
I'm good. Alright.
I guess he's good.
Some rackle and schmackle while we wait for Tariq to get here.
We should just buy out time till Tariq gets here and it's like, hey, there's my cameo, and we'll just yell at him like, we've been waiting for you.
Fuck it, nope. The
episode's out to 2 hours.
The episode's over.
Alright.
Well,
final words, anyone? We gotta get a hitter. We gotta get some ha-has in the end there.
I'm Mr. Black, but look at me. Ha 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 ha.
Ha 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 ha. You did this to me.
Okay.